Taal Volcano update. Starring Anna, Beth, Dalian, Kirby, Klaus, Lillian. To discover Taal, we have to face a big challenge. We have to keep going until we reach the top without stopping, and we have to deal with scratches all over our body.
Taal Volcano, one of the many volcanoes located in the islands of Southeast Asia. It is known as one of the most violent volcanoes in the Philippines for being responsible for the death of thousands of people. But how do we know if it truly is a volcano or not? To find out, we made the journey from Manila to Tagaytay. As this picture shows, it was evident of Taal's past activities from the cone surface shape of the tip. Right away, it was also evident ashes and other unique rocks that are only found in volcanoes were spotted along the walk. Changes in the landscape were one evidence, but another evidence is the new habitats grown by the nutrients-rich volcanic soil found after an eruption. In addition to, the citizens living around that region stated they had to evacuate many times because of activity levels rising, which can be seen by tremors on the earth or smoke coming out from the vent. Statistics show that the Taal volcano is still an active volcano and that in 2011 there were moments when the earthquakes became quite severe, especially on June the 16th.
Hey guys, my name is Lilibeth from Taal Update. I'm here to tell you some bad and good effects for having an active volcano. For example, Taal Volcano. Taal erupted 33 times and is located about 70 kilometers south of Manila, Philippines. Let's get to the point. The bad effect for having an active volcano is people lose their jobs, lots of people might kill, agriculture will be destroyed, and poisonous smoke will be around for a long time. If there's a bad effect, then there's a good effect. A good effect for having an active volcano is many tourists will come and visit Taal Volcano. So if there's a lot of tourists, then there's a lot of jobs. Then if there's a job, then they have money. The soil that is around the volcano is fertile and rich, and that's good for farming.
Basically agreed with what we said about the advantages and disadvantages of living with the volcanoes.
Hi, my name is Kirby Belmonte, tectonic expert, and as you can see, I'm currently in the crater of Taal Volcano. Plate tectonics is a scientific theory that states that the Earth's outermost layer, the lithosphere, is broken up into 7 major plates as well as many more minor plates. The theory describes the movement of these plates and builds around the concept of continental drift. Because these plates are constantly moving, sometimes they come in contact with each other. These plates meet in boundaries that are either convergent, divergent, or conservative. In a convergent plate boundary, an oceanic plate and the continental plate collide, causing the oceanic plate to be forced under the continental plate and into the Earth's mantle. During these collisions, mountain ranges and volcanoes are often formed. An example of this is the Himalayas. And this makes me wonder if the Yeti was there when it all happened. In divergent plate boundaries, 2 plates move away from each other, causing new crust to be formed. A good example of this is Iceland, which is split by 2 plates that are moving away from each other. Because of this, the size of Iceland is gradually growing and growing, but sadly, their economy isn't. Conservative plate boundaries happen when 2 plates slide past each other. Because of the friction created when this happens, earthquakes frequently occur. An example of this is the San Andreas Fault in the USA.
According to the record of the past eruption and earthquake in the Philippines, there were 6 major earthquakes and approximately over 18 volcano eruptions. They are the major volcanoes in Philippines: Pinatubo, Taal, Canlaon, Ragang, Mayon. Pinatubo was active in June 1991, and it was the second largest eruption of the 20th century. In the other hand, there was Luzon earthquake, and it happened in July 1990, and it killed 5,000 people. Because of the convection cycle of magma, the magma in the Earth's mantle rays, and is finally released in volcano eruptions. An example of a volcano is Taal Volcano. Taal Volcano is a complex volcano located 50 kilometers south of Manila, the capital of the Philippines. Once upon a time, the Taal Volcano was a large volcano. In fact, it was one of the largest volcanoes in the world, towering 18,000 feet up in the sky. Now it seems to be one of the world's smallest active volcanoes, only about 700 meters high, but many people don't realize that it actually was one of the largest volcanoes in the world. Since 1572, the volcano has had 33 recorded eruptions. The most devastating occurred in the year 1911. Although the volcano has remained quiet since, it is still not safe. The most recent volcanic activity happened in June of 2009.
The Philippines is 800 kilometers off the Pacific coast of Asia. It is located in Southeastern Asia, on the east of Vietnam, an archipelago between the Philippine Sea and the South China Sea. The Philippines has more than 7,100 islands, and most of these islands are of volcanic origin. There are 37 volcanoes in the Philippines, of which 18 are still active volcanoes. The location of the Philippine plate is squeezed in between the Eurasian plate and the Pacific plate. Most of the plates are going under the Philippine plate, which is also known as the destructive plate. The Philippine Islands are surrounded by complex plate boundaries, and the Philippines plate rather consists of several microplates squeezed in between two close plate margins.